Welcome to another very quick review of another new DJI product. This time we have the DJI RS3 Pro and compared to the RS2, and we're going to look at why I'm sending this one back. So there's a few features on the RS3 and the RS3 Pro that are brilliant, and one of them is definitely the auto unlocking feature. So you turn the gimbal on and it has auto locks and it saves you a bit of time. Perfect. Another excellent feature about it is if you press the on off power button just once, it just locks back into place as well. So in sleep mode, it's locked as well. Really happy with that feature as well. It works very good. Now, all is not perfect with auto locking, as I'm about to show you. So that was all great. It unlocked itself, unfolded itself. Again, I'm really happy with when it goes to sleep. I love it that it locks itself, but now I want to put it away. So, right, if you've noticed, it hasn't completely locked. So it only goes almost all the way, just not all the way. So all the way to me would be perfectly in line, and that's how you'd put it back in its bag. But the RS3 Pro has this feature where, to protect the motors, so they say in the writing, it closes at an angle. So it's not perfectly in line. That's pretty rubbish, because then when you put it back in the bag, I'm going to have to unlock it, straighten it up, and then put it back in the bag that way. So there's one thing that has annoyed me with the auto locking feature straight away. So while it was almost perfect, that has put me off. Probably can be changed in a firmware update, but at the moment, that's just going to annoy me every time. So the time I'm saving to pack it away doesn't really get saved, because then I still have to adjust one of the locks. Now, my next issue is with Bluetooth. So there is a Bluetooth mode on this, and they've talked a lot about it. All the reviewers have talked a lot about it now. In my mind, what was going to happen was the Bluetooth mode was going to replace that cable. As you know, you plug a cable in. I'm notorious for leaving the cable in the bag or putting it in a different bag, and then when I get to site, I haven't got that cable. So then I don't use the functions. And in my mind, Bluetooth was replacing that. So I purchased this. Bluetooth definitely does not replace the cable, because all Bluetooth does, especially with any of the Sony cameras, I don't know about the Canons or whatever, it only lets you start and stop record. It doesn't let you do anything else. You cannot change the ISO, shutter, any of those features, none of those work. And that's also stated on the website. So when you check camera compatibility with the RS3 or the RS3 Pro, all the check marks are there, everything's in green. But the default setting on the website is with a cable. There's another tab which says Bluetooth compatibility. So you've got to click on Bluetooth compatibility, and then unfortunately you'll see that only record, start stop is accepted with Bluetooth. So when you're doing run and gun, especially when you're indoors, I find that I don't really need to change the shutter or the aperture. What I really need to change when I'm indoors is ISO. So the cable comes in brilliant. You just turn the dial right and ISO up, down, record, ISO up, down, record. So now that hasn't happened with this Bluetooth. I can only press record. So I'm still now going to have to touch the top of the camera, or I'm going to have to plug the cable in, which then disables Bluetooth. So there's no point about it. So just keep that in mind. If you're thinking I'm replacing cables, I'm not. And those are the two biggest updates, and in my opinion, they've both got a flaw. Now, another thing that really annoys me, there's a little screen here where you plug your Raveneye in, and it comes up on the screen. It's okay, it does work fairly well, but the problem with the Raveneye is, first, when I plug it in, I don't know if you can hear that, but it shakes. It's not in there tight. So as you're moving around, you can hear it clunking around. That's pretty rubbish. And the second thing is, as it's got HDMI here on this side, the way, so you plug the HDMI into your camera, but this side on the other side needs to go into the gimbal. Now, it's very close. It may be hard to see, but it's very close to get that cable in. And it bends, and then it needs to be very short to go in here, and obviously they give you like a 30 centimeter one, which is massive, so you're gonna have to buy either a 15 centimeter cable for you to work that functionality where it does come on the screen. But again, what's annoying me is, as I'm moving around, it's not secure, it's like wobbling. This expensive gear shouldn't be wobbling. It's just distracting, and those little things annoy me. So the two biggest features: auto locking, almost perfect, but it doesn't when you pack it away, and I feel that's when I'll probably use it the most. So that hasn't worked out for me. That's reason one I'm sending it back. And I'm not somebody who likes sending products back, because I know there is a cost involved to the company that I purchased it from, that we'll have to resell it and repack it, but that is just the way it is. And Bluetooth is fairly pointless if it's just record, start, stop. You know, I need more functionality than just on, off. So what I would recommend, if you want more functionality, is to get a phone or a device like that and use the Monitor Plus app, where everything just seems to work, and that's all wireless Bluetooth. And that is my very, very short review of the RS3 Pro, which I've had for about an hour. I've checked the foot, you know, I've done some stabilization tests. I would genuinely say buy yourself an RS2 because it's got almost all the same functionality. This one looks larger. This one's the RS3 Pro is bigger as well. And there's such a fraction of small users that are going to use such big cameras on here. I'm not sure it needed to be any bigger. They should have worked on making it a bit lighter, because we still use the accessories on the airports. That's why I buy the Pro one and not the regular one. But yeah, within the hour, I had already decided that the two features advertised are not great. And the RS2, in my tests I've done, the RS2's footage and the RS3's footage is indistinguishable. You really can't tell the difference. So I hope that was somewhat of an informative review of the downsides of the new features, because those are really the only new features. And all three of them have got a downside. Auto locking, yeah, good but not great. Bluetooth, rubbish. And the DJI Raveneye, again, it's just not right, just not 100%. So epic failure for me on the RS3 Pro. I may one day consider the RS3 just because it's lighter than the RS2. But that being said, there's only a 200 gram difference. You know, I would definitely buy the RS2 Pro if I was you. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for other reviews. Recorded on the DJ mic, so hopefully the audio is good, which is being fed through the A7S III. Thank you for watching.